right. I just finished a remote regional. I think it was with Stay Weird Gaming. I played Tri-Brigade, Spright, Arch Nemesis. Pretty good. Albeit I didn't play very well. I went 1-4. I think the deck works great, but I'm just bad at this game. And there were definitely some problems I had with my extra deck that just caused me to lose games, but you know what? That's why we play, to play test. For the deck, I played one hand trap. Actually, I guess technically 4 hand traps. Played pretty much only board breakers, so triple imperm, 1 crow, because you could search the crow. Never ended up searching the crow, but it's an option. Double Karas for the triple fractal, triple kit, and I also played 2 Nerval. I don't think you need 3 Nerval. One time it came up where I kind of needed it, but then I ended up just playing around. But that's just because I drew both in my starting hand. But I don't think it would make a huge difference playing 1 versus 2, or 2 versus 3. If anything, no, you definitely need 2. You can't play 1. But I think this Tri-Brigade lineup is fine. It's pretty minimal. I didn't play Tenki. Oh, this is 43 cards. I didn't play Tenki. Didn't want to go to 45. 43 was kind of a lot already. But I had no issues bricking except for one game where I just drew triple jet. There's really nothing you could do about that. It happens. And then I played the Arch Nemesis package, so these are pretty good. They synergize with the Tri-Brigades really well because Nemesis Flag, what it does is you can target one of your banished monsters except for Flag, special summon it from your hand, and if you do, you could shuffle the banished monster back to your deck. So what I would end up doing is either shuffling my gigantic Spright after I banish it off the Smashers, to put it back into my extra deck, or I would put the extra Nerval, if I went through both Nervals in my original combo, to have a Nerval for my to continue my Tri-Brigade plays on my opponent's turn. And then it has the secondary effect where once per turn you can add an Arch Nemesis or Nemesis card from your hand, deck to hand, and then you can search eschatos. This card's super good. You can summon it, destroy whatever's on your opponent's board, lock them out of that type. Or in the Spright mirror, you can just destroy your own Spright, and then play Tri-Brigades with the eschatos. Super easy to summon with the Tri-Brigades because, you know, you just load your graveyard with 1,000 different types. So it's almost always live. And it's just a pretty good card. It's a pretty good way to just put bodies on the board. Because it's, yeah, 3k body plus Shureg plus, I don't know, literally anything. That'll be 8k damage. Yeah, it's just a good card. Played 1 red, 1 carrot. They're alright. They did what they needed to. Played triple blue, triple jet, double smashers, and then triple starter for my Spright package. I think it was pretty good. I don't know if I would cut down on any of it. Maybe a smasher, but I just like playing 2 smashers, just have multiple outs to mine. Yeah, I think I like this. I think maybe 2 blues or 2 jets just to cut down cards. But other than that, I don't really see a reason why to cut those down. And then I played 1 revolt. I don't think you need 2. Did I ever need 2? No, I wouldn't play 2. Just 1 is good. And I just played board breakers, triple super poly, triple dark ruler, 2 talents. I would play 3 if I had 3. Just had the 2, so I played 2 enemy controller and then 1 called by. Enemy controller was okay. I don't think it's awesome in a lot of scenarios. I think going first, it's when you want to use it the most, just to play around imperm. Wait, do you play around imperm? No. Honestly, I could have done without the enemy controller, just played something else. The super polys were super good. I played it like probably every game I had it, I activated it. Just takes 2 bodies off your opponent's board, puts up either Garura or Starving Venom. Dark Ruler. Tactics are good, and then Call By is pretty good. So that's 43. Yeah, honestly, it all works together really well. And I think, yeah, it just works. You would think it wouldn't work, but it does work. Xyz, 1 Mannequin Cat, 1 Gigantic Spright. I played Mannequin Cat to play around Dimension Shifter because you could put 2 bodies on board and make Mannequin Cat take the Dimension Shifter, and then you make the Dimension Shifter. Oh, then you special Jet, and then you use Jet to grab either starter or smashers, and then you can have what's it called? You can just put up cards where normally you wouldn't underneath the D-shifter. Ended up not seeing any D-shifters today. I only played against Spright and Tier Elements, and yeah, honestly, good in theory. Didn't come up, and it kind of cost me games because it didn't come up, but that's okay. Starving Venom and Garura, super poly targets, made both. Was happy with both. I don't think I would play other super poly targets besides these 2. They're just really good, and they come up really easily in the current meta. And then I played 2 Elf. Elf has replaced Rugal. You don't need Rugal because Elf does the same thing. If your opponent hits your back row, you just activate Revolt, and then you can use Elf to summon back Kit or Karas, and then you can still get the Banish. Played IP. IP is good. You can make Apo on your opponent's turn. Usually this would be for 2 negates. I think all of my opponents, when I summoned IP, they would just Ultimate Slayer it or Dark Ruler it, so never really came up, but it was an option. And then 1 Access Code to close out games. And then for the Tri lineup, played Ferrijit, Bear Broom, double Sure Egg. You need to play 2 Sure Egg. Lightheart came up a lot. Not a lot, but it came up twice, where it just puts a body on board. So if you have like Karas Nerval, you could use Nerval, or Karas dumps Nerval to add Kit, and then you could use Karas to special summon Lightheart and then link them away for Spright Elf, and then you can have you can play your turn that way. But yeah, I would say it was all pretty good. I would most likely cut the Mannequin Cat for... What would I cut it for? I would cut it for... Where is our guy? Hita. For Hita or Pit Knight. I think most decks are playing Pit Knight. Where is my Pit Knight? Yeah, so you can cut it for either Pit Knight or Hita. Basically, you would just link off your Bear Broom and any monster to make either of these, and then you would add your Revolt. Other options would be to play Dark. Where's Dark? Yeah. Also, I didn't play double Dragon Lords, but I don't think it really comes up too much. So yeah, so if you wanted, you could play any of these cards instead of Mannequin Cat. What I would probably, if you don't want to run Super Poly, you could just take out the fusions and then play these three, because they all come up. And next time I play, I'll probably cut these to play, to try the Charmers out plus Pit Knight. But yeah, I think that would work out. And if you don't know what Pit Knight is, it's basically like the Spright version of Gigastapelia. Basically, it negates a monster, and then, or when you activate a monster it points to effect, you can negate an opponent's monster and make its attack 0. So it's pretty good. Comes up. For the extra deck, I got the Crows and Bells, just so I can have a lot of outs to tier element cards. Triple anti-spell, the anti-back row, and then the anti-sprite board. Yeah, and Alpha comes up. It's pretty good. It's a beast. You could use it to link. You can blow up the sprite board because you attack over Elf, or you attack over Toad and then you bounce the Elf. Same with Pankratops. So it's pretty good. Red Reboot is good. It's good against the Mystic Mind deck, and just back row in general. It's good against tier elements because they have their traps too. But yeah, so I think changes I would make. I might cut the enemy controllers and the super polys to main deck. Just different board breakers, probably Evenly's and Evenly, and then yeah, I think Evenly, maybe Change of Heart and Mind Control. Those would do the same thing as enemy controller. You just can't play them going second or going first. Yeah, I think if you want to see the combo. Actually, if you wanted, because I don't want this video to be super long, if you check out Yishan, Yishan, he has a pretty good Spright tri-brigade video that has all the combos you need to know. And yeah, it's a bunch of variations. It takes a while to go through them, so I won't go through them here. But yeah, let me know what you think, any changes you would make. I think it's a pretty cool deck. I had a lot of fun playing this deck, actually. It's just super interactive because you could play half of your turn on your opponent's turn. And then it's super resilient to hand traps because Sprite's all gas, Tri-Brigade's all gas. And the Arch Nemesis package just works in it so well because of how much you banish cards, and it just adds eschatos for free. So yeah, I don't know, let me know what you think, if you would play it, or if you do play it, let me know, and then have a good day. Peace out.